I'm just using the stock control system here to emphasize a point about when you're making a form. This is the form that I made in class. It's based on the sales table, and I've got the lookups in place, so it looks up the customer ID and the product ID in the relevant tables, and I've got those other fields that are important for a sale, like how many I've sold and the date sold and so on, which is fine, but I could kind of do with more information. For example, if I'm selling to Alfred's Futterkiste, I probably want to have information about that company on the screen, on the form as I'm doing it. Also, I'd like to see how many of a particular product are in stock. If I'm going to try and sell 3 tofu, I'd like to know if there's at least 3 tofu in stock, for instance. I can't do that with just this form as it is, because this form is based solely on this table. In order to have that extra information on this form, I'd need to do it again, which I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to base it on a query which will have all the information I need in. So the first thing, create a query design, and I'm going to need information from categories, customers, products, and probably sales and suppliers. Why not? Everything. And then I can decide exactly what fields I want. Now, one very important aspect here, this is the sales table. These 2 fields here are the ones with the lookup. These are the combo drop downs. So although I have customer ID here and here, this is the one that I need to include, and same with the product ID. Although I've got product ID in here and over here, this is the one I need to include. So product ID, so I'll include those other fields that I had from before, and I'm also going to include the supplier's contact name and the product's quantity per unit, unit price, units in stock, with really useful information, and blah blah blah, whatever else. So if I now save this query for sales form, try and have the make a meaningful name, close that, and query for sales form, click the form button, and it's not exactly a beautiful form, but it does have all those fields I want on it. So if I go to the form view and just double check, I'll create a brand new record, choose a customer, around the horn, choose a product, Mishikobu Niku, and all that information has come up. So I can now enter 2 is good because there's 29 in stock, and I can do all the rest of it. So that's an important factor. Whenever you're creating a form, you shouldn't just base it on the table, you should base it on a query to make sure that you can include all of the fields that you need. And then of course you do the redesign and change query for sales form to, and all that stuff. So yeah, great.